what did you guys want to do when you first grew up? All right, let's start with Isaiah. Well, I know you're already growing up, but what did you want to do right now?
Well, at first, I really wanted to be an engineer because building things, I love building. It was like my number 1 hobby when I was little.
Still is.
Still is. I love building Legos, making Lego sets, making my own Lego sets. Number 1 for me.
Seriously, like at like 11 months old, he was already putting sets together
without
directions.
directions.
He could barely talk. Yeah.
Oh wow! So he was already dealing with stuff. So you have a creative mind already. You like math?
Well, I like math.
Okay.
Geometry right now is getting pretty hard.
Yeah, math is definitely not my favorite subject. But to like anything in engineering definitely means that you're mechanical. So that's pretty cool to see. All right. So talk to us, Brittany. What did you want to do on your journey?
What did I want to? You know, it always changed, but the thing that sticks out first is probably a marine biologist. I was really into, fish as a kid, which may sound strange now, but I really thought that I was going to be a biologist for the longest. Acting and dance didn't really come to me as a serious career until later on in my life. Okay,
that's actually pretty interesting to hear.
I know.
It comes so natural to you, but we're going to get into that. I'm actually quite intrigued by that. So let me ask this. What was your journey leading up to your first big break? Let's start it with you again now, Britt. What was your first big break and your journey leading up to it?
Well, you know what? I don't know if I've had my big break yet. I still feel like I'm what in the business as an actor they call a developmental artist. I've never been a series reg before. Yes, I've been the lead in films, but I feel like I still have a long ways to go. But I think, I don't know. I think probably the thing that people recognize me for the most now is 13 Reasons Why. Just because playing, Derek Luke, everybody loves him. He's such an incredible actor, and playing his wife was really fun. And it just felt like that was the first time I was out on the streets and people were like, I know you, like I know where you're from. But I don't think I've had my big break yet. You know?
All right, and that's gonna come.
Amen. Yes. Speaking into existence. Yes. And sooner than later.
That's a decree. All right. It's gonna happen. All right, so you are definitely starting out in the game and you are coming out swinging, right? You've actually had a career for so young. So let's talk to me about, kind of walk us through your process. What was your first gig, if you remember it? And then tell me what you think your biggest gig to date has been.
Well, I started off doing campaigns and commercials. And when I started acting, going out for acting roles, my first job was
Raven's Home.
Was my first one. And then I got a few other shows like SWAT and Criminal Minds. Then Family Reunion. I think it was 4 months into being in the business. 4 months into being in the business. And then we have a movie coming out January of next year, and we're in it together playing superhero.
Okay.
Like Family Reunion was your biggest break then?
Family Reunion was my first big break.
Your first big break. Definitely, man. I definitely recognized you on Family Reunion. And I have a performing arts school here in New York City called Lotus Creations Academy, and they're probably all on here right now. They love you, okay? They were like, we know him. On this show, I've had Nigel Barker from Top Model. They're like, we don't know who that is. I was like, I've had, Lee from SWV, and they're like, we don't know. I'm like, okay, you guys not understand it. But they all definitely know who you are. So Netflix Family Reunion, is definitely a big show, and you're doing your thing on there.